My cousin's wife wants to move in with us with their 3 children and called me privileged. When I refused, I snapped and told them that they were not our obligation. My husband's cousin Chris and his wife Rachel have 3 kids and we've hung out twice since our daughter was born. We're not close. Rachel's always been rude to me. Before my husband met me, Rachel had a thing for him and tried to date him. He never reciprocated, and then when we became official, Rachel started dating Chris. Chris called asking if they could move in with us as they're homeless. Chris and Rachel missed rent payments and got evicted. They have been couch surfing with their 3 kids for the past month or so. My husband said he would need to talk to me first. My immediate response was no. Husband agreed, although he felt bad. Chris's family had been giving them money to make their rent payments and instead of paying rent, they used it for other things. Chris works odd construction jobs and doesn't make much. Rachel claims she can't work because of ADHD. Chris called back and the husband apologized and said, "We don't have the space." Chris tried to say, "We have 5 bedrooms." My husband clarifies that we don't. "We have 4, one of which is my office." Chris said he was disappointed and that he would have helped us. My husband says I WFH and need the house to be quiet. Chris says he doesn't understand where we get the impression that their kids can't be quiet and he's offended. Rachel says we have the money and a big house to help, but that we would rather see 3 kids end up on the streets because I'm greedy. I snap and tell her that her kids are not my responsibility and I'm not comfortable sharing my home with strangers. It's not our problem that they mismanage their finances and maybe she shouldn't have gotten her nails done every week and paid their rent. Instead, she responded that I don't understand how hard they have it because I'm privileged and providing for 3 kids isn't cheap. So I said maybe she should get a job and stop using ADHD as an excuse and they should have thought of that before having kids and hung up. The husband's phone starts blowing up with calls from family members. He picks up Chris's dad's call. Paul wants to know why we're unwilling to help. I ask him why he and his wife haven't opened their home as this is his son and grandkid after all. He says Chris, Rachel and the kids stayed for a week, but their house is too small and it didn't work out. I told him that we are close to Chris, Rachel and have no obligation to them, and I suggested he and his wife reopen their home to their son and grandkids. He says they did open their home, and now it's our turn. I laughed and hung up. So now my husband's family thinks that we're cruel and heartless. We also haven't disclosed that I'm pregnant, which is also a big reason they're anti-vax and I don't want to be exposed. And I'll be going on mat leave for a year as of January, so we're trying to save up.